Hello everyone, this is Kirk here again at Option Alpha, and this is the intro video for the one-to-one coaching. So what I wanted to do on this video is kind of introduce everyone, those of you who may be new here and possibly interested in doing one-on-one coaching, kind of what we go over on any of the coaching sessions. Now, none of the coaching sessions are 100% structured in that it's all catered to you. So we have a pre-coaching call where I call you guys up if you're interested in it. We kind of talk about your goals, your challenges, what's been working, what hasn't been working, and then we'll structure a coaching session to kind of match what you need. It's completely customizable to what you need, and we only focus on the things that will help you. We don't have a coaching program like some other websites and services out there where you have to follow the strict, you got to do the option basics first, you got to do this next, you got to do that next. We don't do that. It depends on what level you're at, and we'll tailor it exactly to you. So we invite you to take a look at any of the wonderful comments we have below, and also check us out on Investimonials. We have great comments on our coaching, and I've been doing this for a long time now. So we'll get right into it, and really the coaching program is going to be focused on one thing, and that is getting a trading easy to use plan that removes your emotions. And that's really the key to become set in stone, a plan, not just some basic strategies that you have in your head, but something concrete. And so that's gear emotions towards is helping people navigate the trading plan and removing those barriers that have been holding them back. So I'll just go through a couple of the top things that we'll cover in any one coaching session. Sometimes we cover them in depth over a course of a couple weeks, and sometimes some people want just one or two of these. But usually we always hit on them at one point or another. The first thing is the mission, obviously. And the mission is, what you're trading for. What's the whole objective? Do you want income? Do you want growth? You don't care about having any income right now? What's the mission of what you're doing? And we're going to cover that in depth, and that really plays a lot into what kind of strategies you select later on. Two is goal setting. This is a huge component. A lot of people, when they start trading, they don't even think about goals. They have a huge astronomical kind of elephant-sized goal that they want to make $1 million or $100,000 a year. But we need to break it down into manageable goals. Not only goals for income, but goals for education, goals for learning new strategies, learning new technical terms, learning new technical indicators. And we'll help you with that as well. Number three is their finances and allocation. This is, again, another huge one that most people tend to forget about is we need to make sure that you're sound financially at home first before you start allocating money to options and trading in general, because there are risks involved, and that's an absolute certainty. So we want to make sure that your allocation is appropriate, that you're contributing money each month, that we find some ways to save you money at home. Time commitment. We talk about time commitment a lot with some of our new traders who are just new in trading at home and kind of part-time, and how to really manage the time. There's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of ways you can look at trading, and a lot of time spent blindly analyzing the markets. And so what I help you do is I help you set up a schedule that you can use every single night if you have an hour or 30 minutes or 45 minutes to really run through all of your key indicators and get some really good time management skills going for looking at charts, analyzing new trades, placing orders. Because at the end of the day, you can get lost in all the news and media and articles out there. 5 is record keeping. This is extremely important. Not only record keeping of your trades, profit, loss, entry, exit, date, time, all that stuff, but also record keeping of your thoughts, your emotions. So journaling, which is something that I do frequently. I use the blog actually as my big journal. I post my ideas, my thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent, how trades have worked out, good, bad, or indifferent, and I use that as my journal to keep me accountable for my thoughts and my emotions. Number 6, when to trade. Obviously an absolutely important factor in trading. When to get into a trade, when to make hedge trades, when to add positions, when to exit some positions, scale back your positions, etc. Number 7, what to trade, really just dovetails on to when to trade. In what to trade, we actually start talking about things like liquidity, open interest, volume, float, all of those things that some people really don't even factor in, but can be extremely powerful when you start to trade professionally. Number 8, then we talk about strategies. A lot of people talk about this first. I usually try to save it till one of the last things. We have to cover a lot of other things before we even begin to talk about strategies, goal setting, when to trade, time commitment, etc. A lot of strategies will require a lot of time commitment. Iron condors and butterflies are a perfect example because they are a very complex strategy. They will require a lot of time commitment. So if you don't have a couple hours every night to commit, then you probably don't want to go after those strategies, even though they might sound good on paper. Number 9, we talk about drawdown rules. This is getting into our risk management portion of it. And drawdown rules are some basic rules that we'll start to set up that help you guys understand some of the more important principles of when to exit trades, when to draw down on your capital, when to take losses, and when to hedge. And this is a really, really important. This is really making the difference between winners and losers in the market. Number 10, a contingency plan. This is, again, dovetailing on our risk management portion of coaching here. And the contingency plan should always be having a hedge. That's what we always stress in coaching. That's what I stress to all of the members of our website. And having a contingency plan, whether it's to roll the trade or create a hedge or add more additional options, whatever the plan is, you've got to have something laid out initially as soon as you make the trade. So that way you know when something bad goes to happen, you already have something set in stone. How many times have you been on the wrong side of a trade and you don't know what to do and it's already too late? And so we want to avoid that by having a contingency plan set up ahead of time. Number 11, this is compensation. Now, this isn't my compensation. We're talking about your compensation. What kind of work are you putting in and are you being compensated? And this is also compensation for brokers. We're talking about broker commissions here, how to manage margin and expectations from your portfolio, how to manage the commissions that you're being charged on these trades. Is the compensation that the brokers are getting worth the trade that you're making? Is the compensation that you're getting out of this trading actually worth your time and investment, or do you need to be more efficient in how you analyze the market? Number 12 is emotional factors. Again, this is another big one that's up there with risk management. Most traders will actually lose because they quit, and the reason that they quit is because they get too emotional. They get fearful or they get greedy and then they lose their way. They have a good trade and then they think everything's going to go good, and then they have bad trades. And then they have bad trades and they think everything's going to get worse, and then they quit. And so we want to conquer those emotions by having a firm trading plan laid out well in advance. And that's the number one reason why traders fail, is they don't have a firm trading plan laid out in advance. And these are all the things that I cover in coaching one-on-one with you, is having this trading plan laid out so that you don't have to worry about having emotional trades. You have your entry points, your exit points, your contingency plan, your risk factor, your allocation. How many times have you been in the middle of a trade and you have no idea what to do next? You made a great trade, but now it could be profitable, or it could be going at a loss, or it could be going sideways, and you just don't know what to do. You're kind of at the whim of the market. And we want to avoid that because then you get emotional, you start making rash decisions. Number 13, this is the most important part of any coaching system and any trading plan, is to have a review timeline. So what we'll do in the coaching program is actually sit down and have a review a week or two later and see how things are going. So I won't just cut you high and dry after an hour or 2 hours of time. I want to review everything with you, see how the plan is working, see if we need to make some tweaks. Maybe in the beginning you thought you could allocate an hour, but now you can allocate an hour and a half to stock analysis and chart analysis and technical analysis. So we need to tweak that plan. And this is a constant thing. I do this every other week with my own trading plan. The market changes constantly, and so does your trading plan. You need to be able to evolve and adapt with the market. And as soon as you can do this, then you'll start to get on a really good schedule of doing this. You'll have a firm, solid understanding of how you're going to trade and what you're going to trade. And you'll be much better prepared to take on the market in the future. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. As always, I welcome any comments, questions that you guys have in the comment section below. Like I said, please take a look at some of the great reviews that we've had from past coaching students, and also check us out on Investimonials.